Hello and welcome to the Get Creative Podcast, the podcast for creatives by creatives. I'm Evan Schmidt, and my guest today is Marc Cashman. He's a voiceover producer, instructor, and actor based in Los Angeles, California. Let's get to our chat. Okay, so Marc Cashman, what's the most important lesson you've learned?
Probably the most important lesson I've learned is to basically go back to when I was a Boy Scout and be prepared. It's probably one of the most important things that a lot of actors or people in the entertainment business learn, is because at some point in their career, they're going to get a great opportunity to prove themselves. And if you're not ready, if you're not prepared for that, it's not going to happen. Perfect example was when I first started in my career as a writer, producer, and casting director of commercials. Very soon after I started doing it, a number of my clients asked me to voice a number of their spots, and I was not trained for that at all. I've been working with very, very talented voice actors, and listening to see what they did and all the great things they did, but I wasn't trained. But when I started getting requests from my clients to actually perform, I realized I wasn't ready at that particular point, but I had the opportunity. So I joined a voiceover workout group back in the 80s before. Well, again, voiceover workout groups today are ubiquitous, but back then, people of a what? And basically, we got together every couple of weeks for 6-7 years of working out, and that's what they do. That's what we did. We worked out. So I was very, very lucky to join a group of my peers and work out every other week, and keep my skill sets basically build my skill sets. They were keeping theirs honed, and I was building mine. So very, very quickly, I was able to do what my clients were asking me, voice some of their spots for them, but at least I knew what I was doing, and I had the help of my colleagues. So being prepared is really, really important. In this business, people study, they train, they do their demos, their voiceover demos, and then they go out and perform. But many people stop training right after their demo is done. They think, okay, I'm done with training. I don't need to train anymore. I don't need to learn anymore. And I just want people to keep in mind that the best actors never stop learning. You can always learn something new. You can always keep your skills honed and sharpened. The best actors in the world, Daniel Day-Lewis and Meryl Streep, multiple Oscar winners, they've got coaches. They train. They work. They keep their skills honed every single day. So be prepared, and keep on learning. And when the opportunity presents itself to you, a great opportunity, you'll be ready. That's my lesson.
That's very valuable, too. So what are you working on right now? What are you excited about, and where can people find you?
Well, oh boy, what am I working on? I'm getting ready to narrate an audiobook that had been turned into a movie. It's the name of the book is called Above Suspicion, and it's a true life. It's based on a true story about the first FBI agent to ever be convicted of murder, which was fascinating considering that if he had not confessed, he would have been able to get away with it. So it was
Scary.
it's a very interesting story. It had been already made into a movie, and even though it's nonfiction technically, it's reading as fiction. The writer's great, so I'm looking forward to narrating that. I'll be doing that next week. What else? I've currently got classes going on, my voiceover classes. I'm lucky. This is my 16th year of teaching, and I've got classes in Los Angeles in an actual studio. I've got classes online on Sundays that I work with people all over the country, actually all over the continent, and I'm getting ready to teach at Cal Arts. I teach graduates and undergraduates. I teach voiceover there as well. So I'm getting ready to do that. What else? What else is going on? Oh, I was invited to be the keynote speaker at a radio broadcasting conference in Johannesburg, South Africa, of all places. So next spring, I am heading to South Africa to give a talk and presentation to the radio folks over there. So that's what's in my. That's what's happening this week. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen next week. The great thing about my job is that every day is different. Some days I'm casting or writing or producing or teaching or voicing, whatever. So I'm very, 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 very fortunate to have every day be different. If anybody does want to get in touch with me, though, you can contact me directly at my email address, which is Marc, M-A-R-C, at CashmanCommercials.com. 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 And that's my website as well, CashmanCommercials.com. You can go on there. If you're interested in voiceover classes, just hit the VO classes button. If you're interested in listening to some of the things that I've written and produced, then you can definitely click on the radio spots button or the TV spots button. If you're interested in hearing demos, voiceover demos and stuff that I've actually voiced, there are a number of samples and examples on my page that says Voice Cat. That's my voiceover page, dedicated voiceover page. And what else? That's pretty much it. Again, you can contact me anytime with any questions, any voiceover-related questions, and I'll get back to you.
And I can vouch for that approachability because, Marc, you graciously came on this podcast. So, Marc Cashman, thank you for your time today.
Thank you for your invitation, Evan. I really appreciate it.
That's it for another episode of Get Creative. You can find more information about my guest in the show notes. Subscribe to this podcast on iTunes and Stitcher so that new episodes magically appear, and tell a friend about this show. For more information about me, just go to evanschmidt.com. Thank you for listening. Now go get creative.